And we are live. Welcome to Friday. You made it almost the weekend. And with all of the hysteria about the COVID-19 issues and the feedback that we've been getting everywhere, it's been unbelievable. You know, I don't want to downplay this. I don't want to make it seem like I'm taking a real laissez-faire approach to this. But I think the news media has really blown it totally out of proportion and really made it much worse than it could be. The hysteria about now a bottle of alcohol wipes now going for $45. It used to be $1.99. Every store is sold out. A good old-fashioned bar of soap, doesn't have to be even antibacterial, just a bar of soap can do as good a job. So word one is wash your hands. Here's a little bit that came out of the New England Journal of Medicine this morning. COVID-19 secondary attack rate, equivocal results using two different medications. The secondary attack of SARS-CoV-2, the virus causing coronavirus, is under 1% of those close contacts with U.S. patients. Public health officials actively monitored 445 people who had close contact with one of the 10 U.S. patients with travel-related COVID-19 over 14 days. So again, they got 435 people that came in contact with those 12 that were diagnosed positive. This is the panic. I was around somebody. 12% of the contacts developed new or worsening symptoms and were tested for the COVID-2. 12 got symptoms out of 450. 2 household members tested positive. The overall symptomatic secondary attack rate was estimated to be 4.45% for those with close contact and 10.5% for household members if you lived in the same house. So your odds ratio, it says, despite intensive follow-up, no sustained person-to-person transmission of SARS was observed. None. 2 people out of 450. The JAMA researchers present a case series of 18 patients, and it goes through. And it says the CDC is now reporting 108 cases, including 48 who were repatriated back to the U.S. The global case count is now above 90,000. To increase availability of respirators, and it goes on, and test kits are being sent out all over the world. I had a young girl in here yesterday that just had a little bit of a cough, said, I want to go get tested. Those test kits are going to be expensive. Oh, I'm sure it'll be covered by my insurance. Wash your hands. Now, so if that report, which came out this morning, of a true close contact of 450 people coming in contact with 20 plus that tested positive. Oh my God, I'm around this. You know, we're closing down schools, which, you know, okay, I understand that. We want to do a containment thing. Don't panic. Now, here's part 2. January 9th, 2020, University of Kansas. You want to be able to protect yourself. You want to be able to make sure that your body is strong enough. You know, I heard a doctor say yesterday, at this point in this whole thing that started on the West Coast, shown up on the East Coast, shown up, I think, in 20 plus states right now, the odds ratio, the way these viruses spread, you've already been exposed. Food for thought, huh? And your body was strong enough to fend it off. Just like the flu. That flu is everywhere, right? It started last, August? It's still spreading its head. It's still spreading. And as the pundits have said over and over again, more people have succumbed to the regular flu than to this. It's true. But you probably already got exposed to COVID-19, which means you're probably well protected. This article comes out of the University of Kansas. I'm going to read it as it's written. And in this one, we're talking about bacteria because that's what this study was on. The same factor that's talked about in this article is the same thing can happen with viruses. It basically says if your body becomes overly acidic, if your body becomes overly acidic, how's that happen? Diet, stress. If you're doing the standard American diet and your pH, your body-wide pH is acidic, your immune system is going to be slow to react, and the odds ratio of you catching something goes up dramatically. Listen to this. When food we've swallowed reaches our stomach, it finds an acidic environment. The low pH of the stomach helps to begin digestion. And it's been thought to kill the bacteria that hides in food and otherwise could harm our bodies. That's been the thought for years after years after years. Our first line of defense against pneumonia, our stomach acid. The first line of defense against SARS, stomach acid. And you're saying, what's the stomach have to do with this? Well, no matter what, for something to go systemic, a whole sequence of events has to take place. Is that we are exposed, it gets absorbed into our bloodstream, it is taken through the processes of our liver, where it's then taken down into the small intestine, where it's acted upon by our bacteria. And if we can't defend ourselves there, it gets absorbed back into the bloodstream and becomes systemic. And we become sick. Recent work from the Ackley and Chandler labs at the Department of Molecular Biosciences at the University of Kansas runs counter to this idea that your stomach acid can protect you, suggesting instead that the lower pH in the digestive tract may actually make some bacterial pathogens even more harmful. My word of advice is it's making them more harmful because our defense goes down. Their findings, published in the peer-reviewed journal Public Library of Science, could have implications for addressing the crisis of antibiotic resistance and bacterial infections around the world. The investigation is performed using small bacteria-eating organisms called Canalidobortus elegans. It's a worm-like animal that's transparent, so we can watch things that happen inside them quite easily, said Brian Ackley, associate professor. Using pH-sensitive chemicals developed at KU, we were able to monitor the pH inside the digestive system and watch what happens when they eat harmful bacteria. According to the KU researchers, under normal conditions while feeding on healthy bacteria, these little worms' digestive tracts are moderately acidic compared to human stomachs. But these model species stomachs now show regional differences within the digestive tract. When they ingest pathogens, they neutralize the acidic environment. This observation suggests animals could discriminate between good and bad bacteria. When animals had a more acidic digestive system, they were more likely to be affected by the pathogenic bacteria. And that's extrapolated to me and you. Our lab teams were able to show the effects on the animals was specifically due to the pH. So in this case, they added a buffering agent to their system. Lemon water on a regular basis, less acidic load food. By the way, we have a list of all the acid content of food. If you want to call us at 678-228-8900. You want to defend yourself against coronavirus or even anything bacterial, keep your pH of your body pH neutral. As God created your body, keep it at a pH of 7, which is neutral. We also have human physiological pH tape where you can test yourself just by urinating on that strip first thing in the morning and finding out what your body tells us. In this case, they use bicarbonate, the same agent our body uses to neutralize stomach contents when they pass into the intestines. Old-fashioned bicarbonate. The KU researchers said different species react differently when their bodies sense pathogenic bacteria, but some biological reactions are common to many animals. The general response involves the creation of chemicals like hydrogen peroxide or hypochlorous acid, aka bleach, near the bacteria. That's what your body naturally does. Ackley's KU colleagues on the work, and it goes on to say, the researchers believe there may be reasons to believe these symptoms could work similarly in people. The genes they studied in these little worms also exist in humans and control part of our immune system. There's the key word. Further research in other labs has shown occasions in humans where problems with regulating pH are associated with an increased risk of infection. I don't have the research here in front of me, but if we could take 1 million people here in the United States and check their pH and have them go about their day-to-day business, and those that were pH neutral or more on the alkaline side, we could probably follow them during the course of a whole flu season and find out that that grouping didn't catch the flu. This is the same process that I do with every person that comes to me that has cancer. We need our immune system to work. COVID-19, 6 U.S. deaths reported. Cases emerged in Florida, New Hampshire, New York. CDC reported 90 cases of novel coronavirus disease. In the U.S., 6 deaths have been confirmed, all in Washington state. About half the U.S. cases have been repatriated citizens. Half the cases are repatriated citizens. They left the country and came back. The remainder reported across 11 states. At a press briefing, the World Health Organization noted that the number of new cases in China continues to be light. Our human bodies, as God created it, are responding to this crisis. Just 206 cases reported in the prior day. The number of new cases outside of China was nearly 9 times that number. So where we haven't responded, it's still going up. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. If you want more information on that, you can find out more about us here at the Nutrition Shop by going to our website, thenutritionshop.net. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet today because science is science is science. We keep ourselves pH neutral by eating more alkaline-based foods. Our immune system responds better. God, I'd love to be doing a research piece to check the pH of the bodies of those that have been tested positive for the coronavirus. I can almost guarantee you that they're on the acidic side. I'm going to finish up today with one quick question for you and tell you that tomorrow morning, our Saturday morning show, an article came out about fighting gut infections. Well, again, staying in this infection mode, the nervous system is the key. So we're going to talk about our neurotransmitters and how stress can affect us from a health standpoint. And we're going to find out that antibiotics could be a promising treatment for dementia. Now, how does that fit into this whole thing? Kill off all bacteria, lower the inflammation levels going to the brain. I think the same thing could be done with probiotics, but that's just me. You want more information on what we just talked about? 678-228-8900, 678-228-8900. Tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you're there with us. God bless you, folks. See you back here soon. Don't panic.